Jeff, what's this stuff?
We got boxes here. I kind of sliced some of this stuff open already.
Is this a mailbag thing, or is this a thing you bought?
No, this is some stuff that someone wrote in asking me if I had any use for some arcade boards, and I said that the Giant Bomb Home for Wayward Games was always willing to accept that sort of stuff. And then that's Magic Sword there.
Is this one of those that cost like $15,000 like you were talking to Jason about?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is Tekken 7.
Oh,
this
wow.
Is the whole board.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
That doesn't take anything more than that. But then I got this stuff of pentagram crap, and this is a bunch of garbage. So don't take this the wrong way, but Giant Bomb isn't the most fashion-forward video game website. I don't think that's true at all.
I don't think we ever claimed to be either.
No,
we just do it. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just how we live. Compared to the sexy boys over at Game Kiwi, that's not a real website. You clowns look like a bunch of clowns, but because I like you guys, I thought I'd send over some hot brooches to help spice up those boring button-downs, classic rock tees, and that blurry Nike shirt that Jeff always wears. Thank you, God bless. Overbite.
Brooches?
Brooches.
What is a brooch?
Like a brooch for brooching, for sticking to your, you know, like pins.
Oh.
Pins. I think it's just a fancy
Is that like
word
an
for
English
pins.
way of saying pins?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. This one has the F word on it.
Oh no,
So,
I can't show that. Well, I can't. I gotta blank that out.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, just, you know, you can just wear that right there and just.
No,
you know,
you
just
get
be
arrested
there.
for that. Oh wait, that's San Francisco. You can probably wear fuck on your
You
shirt.
could probably,
Yeah.
you could probably get away with that. I had a Bloodhound Gang T-shirt that said "Burn, motherfucker, burn" on the back of it. I remember I wore it to an ATM, and an old guy looked at me very disapprovingly.
Yes, he should have. That's inappropriate.
At the time, I was like, "Yeah," and then now, like, give a couple years later, I'm like,
You were fighting the power with that bloodhound.
"Yeah, exactly." Don't let anybody fool you here. So yeah, this is a CPS-1 board, I believe.
Okay.
And it is, this is theoretically Magic Sword, according to this here. It's got the little stands on it. This is very nice stuff. I want to bring in a super gun and kind of run through this stuff and see if it works.
So that is not the thing that would have the dip switches on it.
Yeah,
Is it?
no, the dip
It
switches
is?
are right there.
Where?
These tiny little switches
Oh,
here.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I had to look up some of that stuff when I bought my Mortal Kombat machine. 'Cause
Right.
I didn't know anything about that. And like you could turn on free play
Yep.
and then like
Yeah,
violence
yeah.
and fatalities
Like
and
all the
stuff.
pricing. So I don't know that Magic Sword will have anything too interesting, but there's a printout here of what the dip switches do on the back.
Oh, wow.
So you can kind of set difficulty levels, you know, kind of easy, normal, difficult, multiple, kind of. So this is what vitality and attacking power of the enemies change, and player's vitality. So it's two separate difficulty things you can flip. Initial number of vitality blocks if you want 10, 15, 20, or 5. If you want free play or not free play. If you want to just freeze the screen for some reason.
What do you want to do that?
Like diagnostically, you know, you
Oh.
have to fix, like, hey, your monitor's fucked up, you want to freeze it on a specific thing. If you want to flip the screen because you have something weird, I don't know why you would flip the screen. If you want to allow continues or no continues, you can toggle that stuff here.
Huh.
And that sort of stuff. And then, like, the dip switches related to coins are always the craziest ones, because it's just like all these different configurations. If you want it should be 50 cents to play, or 2 coins, because whatever your coin acceptors are going to be, you know, whatever drachma. I don't know what money goes into your thing. 4 coins for 1 credit. So if you want to charge $1 to play Magic Sword, you totally could.
What about something like NBA Jam? Could you get down to like, you know, by the quarter? You could like change that.
For NBA Jam, I think it is always price per quarter, meaning quarter of the game.
Okay.
But you could always set it to 1 quarter gives you 4 credits. And
Okay.
you'd still have to hit start all 4 times for
Gotcha.
each. Because even in free play, you have to hit start 4 times to buy a full game.
Right.
So I think that it'll always charge like that. But there's a cut up Cheerios box.
It's disappointing because I'm hungry and I'm hoping there's actual snacks in here.
Yeah, I don't know if there is. But we still have this Korean stuff here. I mean, this is basically like a moon pie.
Is that healthy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's chocolate and marshmallow foam.
Okay.
This lady looks like she's living a healthful lifestyle.
She does, yeah.
So I don't really see what the problem would be.
That's a marshmallow guy, are you?
You know, I'm not huge on it, to be honest, but in certain situations. Oh well, here's a Sonic the Hedgehog hat. So.
Oh, cool. I got one of those at some E3 like 5 years ago. Yeah, was that the Generations? No.
No, it just says Sonic the Hedgehog. This seems like this is not like something they gave out. Well, maybe they did, but this is like something that was probably sold in stores.
Oh, okay. They had some Sonic E3 party at because I remember it was before the first Bombcast I did with you guys. I was having drinks at the Sonic party.
Going over to that hot Sonic the Hedgehog E3 party.
It's at Club Nokia, and they were giving blue mixed drinks that were named after like Sonic the Hedgehog things, and giving out that damn hat.
Here's a Scribblenauts. This I think was a pre-order item because I think we got a couple of these.
Maybe not Super Scribblenauts or the first one. Maybe?
I don't know. It's got headphones. It's got. I'm not really too sure about that.
I see WWE All Stars.
Oh, okay. Here we've got a bezel for a Sega game. Which Sega game? Potions level 3. Oh, this is for Golden Axe. Attack the Thief.
Yep, that would be Golden Axe.
To gain magic potion. That's pretty direct, really. Yeah. I mean, that's just, you could use that as good advice for life. I forgot that they did this.
They made a fight stick for All-Stars.
It's true. I didn't have one. That's accurate.
It says, Jeff, you said you didn't have one.
That's true. I was not in possession of a WWE All-Stars fight stick.
You weren't playing it right then.
UCI, work with client number most. Date of last return from Visa. Document number.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if this is for us.
I mean, it was sent to us, so.
I mean, the letter specifically. This looks like math.
Oculus Connect 1. You should have some candy corn. Candy corn is the worst porn name. Work visa renewal for tomorrow. Eligibility form. My CIC.
What the hell?
Candy corn is the worst porn name.
It's just the Raiders of the Lunatic in here? What is this?
GDC talk. Experimental experience. Studio innovation. Studio culture. Giving back locally. One night only title. Modified GDC abstracts. Alright. Maybe at some point this gets personal and identifying.
Yeah,
and maybe we should hold off on some of the stuff. But here's some lines.
Got a good, I think, sine, cosine, and tangent right there. That's good. Yeah, Pythagorean theorem right here.
Oh, sure. Yep, that's definitely. Yeah, no, it all comes back
as
soon as you see it. It's just, it comes right. Here's some more. Here's a little bit more of that. Oh, hey, there actually isn't a.
It's just a top-loading NES.
That's actually way cooler.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's true. I didn't have a top-loading NES.
I've got one, and they're great. They work way more consistently than the old style.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, those
amazing.
What controllers?
These are the bones, the dog bone controllers.
Right,
These are the old dog bones.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I liked it at the E3 where they had All-Stars because they had a giant John Cena thing with a mechanical hand.
I took a photo, or maybe was that the year that Vine came out?
No.
Did I post a Vine of...
That would have been... Vine would have been much later than that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I definitely took a picture of that thing, or took some video... I shot some video of that thing because of how fucking insane it is. Yeah, so I remember the exact context of this is I think this person is moving.
Okay.
Was looking to clear some space and that's why there's some of this arcade stuff and stuff that you look at and go like, why would anyone get rid of that?
People getting rid of stuff.
Right. Exactly. Every mailbag, people getting rid of stuff. This is pretty great.
I like that. It's a good Goomba hat.
We'll send it to DMX. And we'll send this to DMX as well. I don't know, really.
You're supposed to put that Goomba hat over your whole head so it looks like you're a whole Goomba, or is it just supposed to be like a Goomba on top of your human head?
I think it's supposed to be a Goomba on top of your human head.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess. Here we have...
What's it say? Something you special birthday... Sending you special birthday fishes. Hey, it's my birthday at E3, so maybe that's for me.
Here's Below the Root, Wyndham Classics, IBM PC, some folded up game boxes, some Ultima manuals, Star Control, a couple of mouse pads.
Oh, Duke Nukem 3D. Wow, that's there.
And Imagination.
Okay.
Yeah. Some Accolade manuals. This is real crazy stuff as well. Gosh, this one. Okay, well, this one just says.
Hey, that's my name.
This one says Dan Reichert.
Sure, you want to trade?
Okay, yeah,
Let's trade.
We'll
do
trade.
this thing.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right. I think this is for me.
Or maybe you're inside of that thing. I mean,
No, I'm standing right here. You can actually see me on the video. When you watch this back, you'll see me standing right here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
This is going to be like a DVD case or something. It is a case. All 27 episodes from this bottom part. I'm going to say the Zelda cartoon. Based on, I just see some little like green pants there. I see a shield.
Okay.
This is probably a Zelda cartoon, right? Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, is it the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
God. This is the most efficient way to learn about anime and D&D. 27 episodes of Dungeons and Dragons, the animated series.
So this is this the 80s animated series where yes? So
I'm not the guy to ask about.
So okay, so this was on when this was on in the 80s, and in this, some kids get on a roller coaster and are magically transported to the realm of Dungeons and Dragons, just like your worst fears.
Yes.
Just like all the religious leaders said it would happen.
Well, we had to cut that whole part at the end of our roller coaster video where we actually got transported to Dungeons.
Exactly.
We're saving that for premium
that's,
stuff.
That's coming up pretty soon here. We're almost done editing it, but yeah, that's. I want to borrow that from you for a brief period of time because I was literally thinking about this show yesterday.
You can borrow that right now.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna take a look at that and figure it out. Some stuff for Brad and Drew here as well. These look like compact disc size things. So we'll save those for them to open because they're down there shooting something. We've got some Zelda, some Hyrule Symphony.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Little Zelda sound collection.
All right.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe Wind Waker era there.
Yeah. Awesome. Some awesome soundtracks. That's pretty cool.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, but there is great music in there.
No, I mean, you know, Ogre Battle 64 soundtrack.
Right.
In here in a double case. That's kind of cool. What we got here?
Hey,
that's for you.
I'm gonna grab this. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
cool.
another one. Stick it. Take it.
All right, I got it.
This copy of Dai Senrai Q7 Modern Military Tactics for the original Xbox.
Cool.
This is crazy tactics
who
military
made
game. Chemco put it out
okay.
here. They make mobile games now.
Huh.
In foreign lands. Oh, there's still something from that Rory. Put that on this thing. This feels like
The small dog.
Small dog. Got some foam. Quick.
Yep.
Look. Everything. This is John from who's moving from Toronto to Edmonton. So he's relocating again, such is the business. This, of course, means I'm reducing what I've been keeping in storage for years without using. Enclosed, you'll find a few minor items, some of which are not very good. However, the majority of the enclosed items are arcade boards I was not able to do anything with due to time and space. So yeah, moving from the T-Dot to Edmonton, moving from the 6.
The T-Dot?
The T-Dot.
What is the T-Dot?
Toronto. The 6.
Why is it called the T-Dot?
The 6.
I'm confused about the dot and the 6.
Because it starts with the letter T.
Yeah, I get the T part of it. It's the dot and the 6.
Why would Kendrick Lamar previously go by the name K-Dot?
Was he from Toronto?
No.
I'm confused by everything you've said in the last 15 seconds.
This is says it's for Alexis, but I don't know. We'd send this over to Twitch. It's a U-Draw tablet.
Oh God.
I don't feel bad about opening this since Alexis is no longer an employee. It's not mail fraud.
That's our U-Draw,
basically.
Yeah. We get a lot of use out of that.
Yeah, definitely.
I might see if that works. And that wasn't like a standalone thing. You needed the disc, right?
Yeah, there were games too that came with it. It didn't do anything on its own.
I wonder if we have any here. I would totally do that for you.
I have all 3 of the games that came, like Pictionary and whatever. Yeah.
Should bring it in Friday.
Okay, this is a small board. It's got the connector on it. Atari Zero 1988 Atari. Some dip switches. This is a profoundly small board. Atari Zero TRP. It's not Pit Fighter because I had a Pit Fighter before board and it was much larger.
TRP. That be the acronym for the game, you think?
I mean, not necessarily. It's like a newer looking Atari logo.
Huh.
What is this?
TRP.
Atari Games 1988. Oh, Tetris.
Oh.
Tetris. It's printed on the board itself. Down there. Tetris.
Where am I looking at?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tetris.
Radical. This is the smallest arcade board I've ever seen.
Word.
Maybe I just haven't dug into enough arcade machines, but I'm used to them being more kind of that sized. CD projects. Okay.
Red?
Got some CDs here. Wizardry.
Check
Yeah.
Is that
This is
grind
a
or set?
This is the soundtrack for Set.
Oh,
it looks like. Because this isn't. This is broadcasting. Yeah, it's not a game disc. It's not a GD-ROM. Here's the JSRF stuff. That's cool. Pan Flute Melodies Volume 3, fucking sick.
Yeah, Volume 4 is better.
Star Control Collection. Some of these were in the Sam Max Hit the Road. This is just a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Also, is this the real? Okay, no. For a second there, that all looked like a printed-on label, and I thought, is this a bootleg copy of Sam and Max Hit the Road?
I took the time to print it out.
Right. Yeah. Print it out and make it look real nice. They can sell it at the swap meet.
What's that?
This is for Jason. It's probably maple syrup, I'm guessing.
Put it on his desk.
Yeah. There's this says Wonder 3. I want to say the game is actually called 3 Wonders. That's another Capcom board there.
He's just collected these, or if he has a bunch of cabinets.
You know, at some point, if you collect these and have a super gun, you don't need the cabinets anymore, or you can have one cabinet and get away with that, or, you know, there are kind of different ways. This is a Konami board. Kind of didn't want to pull all these out of this stuff to try to keep them in some semblance of assembly, but
Is there a year on it?
Konami made in Japan. GX875. I think that's the type of the board, I want to say. Spent just enough time staring at MAME stuff to recognize little bits and pieces of it, but I don't actually know what game this is. That's a cool mystery.
Do you have an easy way to just plug that in?
Yeah, these are all JAMMA boards, so just the super gun will just clamp right onto it, and
cool.
Unless it needs more than 3 buttons per player or 4 buttons per player, it'll play right away. That's why Street Fighter is actually kind of a hassle, because since it's 6 buttons per player, it has to use an additional harness, additional set of wiring to make the kick buttons work.
Assume MK is the same way?
Yeah. Got this Tales of Symphonia soundtrack.
Dreamcast? What was that?
Tales was always, I thought, on Sony platforms.
Okay.
Was it?
I never really played those.
It's the Tales series.
I'm thinking of Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, you are. Wow. This looks older than the others. Can I get it out easily? Doesn't look like it. Cut this one off. Not lose track of the knife. No. Turns out I put it in my pocket.
There we go. That's a good place for it.
This is way more exciting than preparing the last set of E3 appointments I'm trying to prepare.
Naturally. Do you get excited about E3 still?
I do, yeah, totally, yeah.
I do too. I don't know. You always hear people in the industry who's like, oh god, E3 is coming up. And like, yeah, it can be really busy and hectic and stuff, but I think it should still be super fun and exciting.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think that the people that get all about it are like being realistic about the workload that goes into like getting ready for the show.
Yeah.
Because like some of the meetings I've been in to get ready for the show this year, they just suck. They just suck. Well, whatever. They're necessary. I mean, you know, like, and they're with nice people. Like, I don't intend to say like, oh, you know, hang out with these idiots. Like, no, it's like everyone has. There's a lot of shit that has to get done, and a lot of people that need to know about it. So there's been a lot of work on that front lately. You know,
necessary.
Yeah. So like that stuff's no fun. Like that stuff, that's all stuff that you go like, oh man, fucking E3. I gotta like stare at this appointment schedule. We gotta book all this stuff. But the actual like going to E3 and doing E3 stuff is great.
Yep.
Dong Sung Electronics.
All right.
A little bit of that Dong Sung.
What do we got here?
No fucking idea.
No, I didn't find March Doll.
I mean, there's the little globe on the
yeah
on the ROMs here, but Dong Sung. I'm just gonna keep saying Dong Sung. Is that cool
He's
with
a
you?
MKX DLC.
Yeah. Dong Sung. I wonder if this is some weird bootleg.
Does that look like something your super gun would work with?
I mean, this is just a JAMMA connector.
Okay, so anything with that
yeah,
connector,
yeah,
everything works.
yeah. It just hooks right onto that, and then goes from there. And the power, I think, even comes in through that. It's been a little bit.
Huh.
Hooks all that stuff up. I think that's it for this box, but there is a second box.
I can get a lot of use out of that graph paper.
Yeah.
I go through that pretty quick.
Is it weird? So, I love graph paper. Is that weird? I think it's fun.
What context in the last 30 years have you had to use graph paper?
I used it for Game of the Year last year.
Really?
Yeah, for my video stuff.
Why?
There was a lot of graph paper involved in the art portion of that.
Oh, when you're doing like the Bike 2 stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just, outside of like junior high math class, I just never really knew what they used.
I don't know. It was just there was nice guidelines for drawing cool robots.
Huh.
So that's always how I appreciated it here.
I was amazed. Like when my grandpa passed, we went through all his stuff, obviously, and like he even up to like 2009, 2010. He was tracking all of his stocks on that graph paper with those super tiny little squares.
Oh, wow.
And like writing like numbers in each one of those, like completely filled up. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, people. It's the thing, people get set in their ways. I mean,
Yeah.
look at you. You listen to Thin Lizzy all the time and nothing
do.
else. People get set in
I
their
listen to
ways.
Skinner.
Fair enough. And they stick to what they know.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think so. All right. So this is from the same person.
Okay.
And it's more.
Crap, they had a hell of a collection here.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we'll just bring in that super gun, and maybe Friday we can just like hook all this stuff up or something.
That'd be cool. Is that easy for Drew and Jason to set up? Like, can you
It emits a fairly regular video signal once
Yeah.
it's hooked up. You have to like turn it off and move the connection to a different board. And
Is that the process that we get like Puzzle Fighter with the board or whatever on there? Okay.
yeah, and I have other CPS2 boards for like the alpha games and stuff like that are a lot like Puzzle Fighter in terms of the hardware and all that stuff. But because those are 6-button games, they use different the wiring stuff, and the wiring stuff is even a little different or a little. It's not as easy as like we have a super gun here that is configured for Street Fighter 2 Turbo right now, which you'd think like, oh, I can just hook this up and it'll go. No, it's different. So you have to move the wiring. It's one of those things where it's not difficult, but it involves you moving wires around, and that's the part where I'm just like, all right.
Yeah. I had to fuck with that a little bit when I bought that Mortal Kombat cabinet because like I knew nothing about arcade stuff. So like the dip switch stuff was easy enough, but the reason I got it for so cheap from that pizza place is it didn't work. And I remember having to just spend like hours looking up stuff and like moving wires and stuff, and that can be intimidating when you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Like I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable with it when it comes to arcade stuff, just by virtue of just having more of it for longer periods of time. So this has like a second board on it here.
It's massive.
Removal of this will void warranty. This one's a little grungy.
You don't want to avoid the warranty.
No, definitely not. That's still.
What do they call this stuff? I see this in computers all
Ribbon
the time.
cables.
That's right, okay.
So it's like the two boards are connected. We have additional connectors over here for. I wonder if that needs to be connected. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll just hook it up and see what happens. But
I think that would be a fun live show, just hooking up like all of these things.
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna. Oh wait, this isn't. Is this? Okay, no, the connector's down here. I don't know what this is either.
So do these things have, like, okay, as far as when you plug in the super gun and stuff, is the super gun providing like the power supply and everything? Like there's not like an onboard power supply here.
No, there's no onboard power supply. The super gun, basically the power supplies are actually big PC power supplies.
Okay.
With the same type of connector that will plug into the super gun, and the super gun clamps onto here.
Okay.
And then it's basically taking the video signal, converting it out to composite or S-video or something like that. And then it's also handling, kind of the control input stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna look and see if there's anything in here that's not arcade boards, because we're gonna go through these arcade boards, I think, separately.
Cool.
To look at what the stuff is and how much it works and all that sort of stuff. But suffice to say, there's kind of a lot in here. At some point, you got to move. You know what? Like, I was looking at my missile command machine the other day and just going like, I can't have this anymore. It's just not, you know, it's not in good enough working order for me to want to play it, and I don't care enough about missile command to want to fix it up.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just stuck with it, you know? And it's a sad place to be in, you know? You think about, like, the quest as a kid of, like, finally getting to a point where you get to own an arcade machine. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 arcade machines in my house.
So you can never move, basically.
I can never live in an apartment, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's why I had to keep my Mortal Kombat thing back in my dad's living room, is because there's no way I could move that into an apartment.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't need 8. Like, I could do with 3, 4, something like that, you know? And boards are actually pretty awesome, because if you have a good sturdy cabinet, then you can just hook up whatever board you like and test it out and play it for a while, swap out the board for something else, move on. And that's kind of, you know, that's the cool thing about JAMMA stuff is, you know, until you get into some of the newer games that used a different video resolution, like, a lot of this stuff is fairly interchangeable. So yeah, so we'll try and hook up as much of it as we can and see what works and what doesn't, and tap on some chips to see if we can make them go. And yeah, thanks, John, for sending this stuff in. It's fucking insane. It's awesome. And I think this is from last time. Yeah, that's Commodore 64 stuff from last time. So I think that's all we got. But that's a whole lot. So yeah, we'll definitely fire the stuff up and see what happens.
Cool.
So thanks. See ya.